It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi. When you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
Live from the Burridge Gym in Hamilton, Ontario, this is the 2024 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championship presented by Mikasa on CBC. It's quarterfinal day, and it is the #1 seed, Manitoba, opening up their tournament against the 8-seeded St. Mary's Huskies. Matthew Davison pleased to be joined alongside former York U Lion Teresa Skubik and Mackenzie Barwell in a moment. We are so excited for this tournament. We met all the teams yesterday, each with their own stories and their paths to get here. And we open things off with a team that has high aspirations in the Manitoba Bisons. Teresa, what are your thoughts looking at this matchup, Manitoba versus St. Mary's? We were talking with the coach, Darren Russell, yesterday for St. Mary's, and he said, Manitoba kind of looks like the Western version of us. What says you?
It's going to be a super interesting matchup, and it's interesting. We have 8 and 1 going against each other, but I don't think that's the skill set we're going to see. Both teams said yesterday they're super emotional, and I think that we're going to see a lot of grit from both sides. They said family and relying on each other is super important, and I think this game you're going to see a lot of grit from both sides, and all the girls are just going to go out there and do exactly what they need to do. And I really think that whoever wins, it's going to be a hard-fought battle.
Manitoba, the reigning Canada West champs. It was their first ever Canada West championship, which is surprising given that they have 7 national titles in their history. Meanwhile, St. Mary's was the AUS runner-up. We'll kick things off from Hamilton for the U Sports Women's Volleyball Championships right after we bring you the national anthem.
Marquise here, president of Canuck Stuff. And we've been standing behind our Overkill clothing and supporting athletes for over 30 years. And we're pumped to be part of this year's U Sports National Championships.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Mark Hughes here, president of Canuck Stuff, and this is a short video. Overkill Short. Get yours today at overkill.ca.
Welcome back to the Burridge Gym. Just about set for the opening match of the 2024 Women's Volleyball National Championships. And 2 nights ago, the athletic banquet where all the awards were handed out. And 1 year after winning Rookie of the Year, Rhea Surinks followed it up with the U Sports Player of the Year award. Matthew Davison alongside Teresa Skupic. And Teresa, what makes Rhea Surinks so dangerous?
I think what makes her so dangerous is the fact that she has that silent confidence. So when we met with her yesterday and she walked into the room, it was like she knows she's a very, very talented player, but for her the sky is the limit. And she knows she can get those kills. She knows she's that hot player right now, obviously being Player of the Year. But she didn't show up cocky. She showed up like she knows what she needs to do this weekend, and that's exactly what she's going to do. And it was super impressive just to meet with her and talk with her. But her kill percentage this year, she had 70 more kills than anyone else in U Sports, which just makes her absolutely untouchable.
Yeah, and she is unfazed. Her teammates call her the silent assassin. You know, doesn't come across as overly intimidating, but she'll show you what she can do on the court today. So that's the Manitoba side. Rhea Surinks is leading their charge, while on St. Mary's they got a much more balanced approach. We got a chance to speak with Olivia Bell. That's their big hitter, and that's who you're going to be looking out for St. Mary's. But for St. Mary's, they're definitely the underdog. They're the 8th seed, but speaking with them yesterday, they're really embracing that kind of underdog mentality, aren't they?
Absolutely, and I love what Olivia Bell had said yesterday. She said, you know, I am the veteran player on this team, but everyone calls me Team Mom, and that just kind of shows how much they do have that family aspect. They're all looking out for each other, and I loved a quote that they had said yesterday that they can't force a win, and this is the biggest stage they're going to be on, so they're going to give everything they have, win or lose. We know that this team is going to put out everything they can, and I absolutely love that.
Final preparations here, just about set for the opening serve. What's going through the minds and what are the feelings like as some of these players prepare to play the biggest game that they've ever played in?
Well, what Manitoba had said yesterday is they like to respond opposed to react. So I think right now they're in that huddle and they're just looking each other in the eyes and they're saying, cool, calm, and collected, and that's all you can be. Volleyball is such a mental game, so the way you need to approach it is you have mastered your skill. You are on the national stage right now. All you can do is play your heart out, and that's more than good enough. And on the St. Mary's side, they talked about that emotion, so it's finding ways to cheer your loudest, but also make sure that you are controlling those crazy emotions that you have right now being on the national court.
And we're underway, and the first point of this tournament will go to the Manitoba Bisons, and they're coached by Ken Bentley in his 38th season. It's the most wins of all time in women's volleyball, with over 1,100 of them. In 10 trips to this stage, he's won 6 national championships, while on the other side, Darren Russell in his 13th season for the St. Mary's Huskies. Here comes the Manitoba attack, and it comes from the back. And what a way to start things off, as Light Uche Chukwu will get the opening kill. Quick 2 points on the board for Manitoba here. Light Uche Chukwu from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Moved at an early age from Lagos, Nigeria, and Says her parents sacrificed everything so that she could have a better life. As St. Mary's responds well.
And St. Mary's really just took advantage of seeing that middle in the backcourt, right? That's exactly what you're going to want to do. If you see a middle playing in 5, that's exactly where you're going to want to aim. No libero. Let's pick on someone who's usually a bit weaker on defense.
Rising up for that one, Elena Pointe-Claire, as the 2 Minsk Belarusian players get the first 2 points here. And we got a chance to speak with Amelia Mikonovic yesterday, and a very direct approach when she talks about playing volleyball.
Very direct, but very fun. She had such a fun personality, and her approach, like you're saying, direct, and she was like, we go out there and we do what we have to do, and it's skill, but she could laugh and she could have a good time, and she was saying it's so much fun being out there with this team.
She'll serve it here for the Huskies, and firing that one home will be Podovsky in the middle.
Bison's right now doing a fabulous job at just running that quick offense, trying to keep St. Mary's on their toes, and they're going to run their middle and establish their middle as soon and as fast as they can.
Ella Gray to serve here for Manitoba, as they're going to set up Bell here. That one goes off the hands, so a lead here for the Huskies, their first of this game, and already sensing that confidence in their step. It's never easy being the 8 seed taking on the 1.
No, exactly, and Bell said yesterday they have a big team, and she's showing exactly what they're going to have to do, hit high and hard off those hands and force Manitoba's defense to work.
Uchechukwu with a big blast, and a great job to keep that one alive by Pointe-Claire.
Bell has a hot hand right now.
Yep. Bell already with her second point. AUS MVP, U Sports first teamer. Says the main goal is just to leave it all out there and give everything they got. Overpass will end up dropping there. So Manitoba will take that one. And a 5-4 advantage here for St. Mary's. Manitoba 20-4 in the regular season, 5-0 in the playoffs, en route to that Canada West Championship. And it's surprising to hear that was their first ever Canada West Championship when researching this game. And speaking with Ken Bentley, he said a lot of people are surprised. We got 7 national titles, but that was our first Canada West Championship.
And what I love that Bentley said yesterday too is if he was going to win with the team, this is the team he wants to win with. He's known some of the girls for close to 9 years because he coaches that Junior Bison's team as well. And he said obviously it's a lot of work, but there is nothing about it that he would change because of the personal relationships that he's building with those athletes.
Players like Light Uchechukwu, because of that Junior Bison program, has been coached by Ken Bentley for close to 10 years. So certainly a great chance to develop those relationships as Olivia Bell continues her hot hand.
Bell is really picking on that corner. She's been taking that cross shot. It's working for her, but I wonder if soon we're going to see her try to switch it up once Manitoba's defense catches on to what she's trying to do.
This is Taylor Lougheed on the serve. We'll go back to the middle. Podovsky on that attack there, right into that block. And the St. Mary's Huskies will look to start their attack again. Light Uchechukwu able to finish that one off for another point for her, and she's had a good playoffs so far. 15 kills against UBC. That point's going to go to the Huskies there, but Light Uchechukwu, 15 kills against UBC, and certainly a leader out there, the team captain for Manitoba. Seven all here, as that one will go out of play for Amelia Mikonovic.
Now you can tell right now the Huskies are really, really trying to just pick on those corners, go deep, go hard, and like I said, force Manitoba's defense to work. And what Manitoba's doing a really, really good job at right now is just running a very fast offense. The setters' sets right now to the outside have been super quick and super precise, and they're working, but this is a very close game, and I don't think you were expecting it to be this close. I mean, 16 points in, and it's just been a really back and forth battle.
Right now, Rhea Surinks on the bench as of now, and she's battled through injury, missed the last 2 games of the regular season, and then 5 playoff games, ended up playing in that game against UBC, had 15 kills, so we'll wait to see when Ken Bentley might elect to bring her in.
Now, I wonder if Bentley is just trying to watch how this game goes and how it unfolds. And right now, like I said, we do have a close game, so do we need to bring our killer in yet? Can we let other girls get that opportunity right now? And if it does get a little close for comfort, then we'll bring her in.
Uche Chukwu again, and we talked in that discussion yesterday where we had a chance to meet with Surinks, and she, talked about there's so many players on this team who can step up in her absence, and one name that she mentioned was Andy Almonte, but of course, Uche Chukwu is one of the big hitters on this team as well, and the team captain, and right now she's leading by example.
Exactly, she's that veteran, and she's putting the team on her back.
Right into that block, rising up there was Eve Katojo. And a 3-point lead here for Manitoba.
Block, and I'm very curious to see how St. Mary's is going to respond to that, because if that didn't intimidate them a little bit, I don't know what will.
Manitoba second in the country in blocks per set as Light Uche Chukwu with a service ace, 4 straight points for Manitoba, and a timeout called by Darren Russell. Teresa, what are your thoughts so far? A pretty good start to this one. St. Mary's took that early lead, tied at 8-all, but 4 straight points from St. Mary's.
So far it has been a super close game, but right when Bell missed that serve, that was a bit of the turning point. Obviously, it's only 9 points in for St. Mary's, but those are the crucial points, and those are serves you just don't want to be missing. If you're up, especially to a team ranked first in the tournament, you don't want to be missing serves. Serves are what you can control, and that was kind of the part that we saw a bit of that decline. So right now, I think coach is telling them, listen, go back to your game plan, calm down, play comfortable, keep picking on those corners, find your way around the block. And I think right now it's up to St. Mary's to either respond or roll over in this first set.
And in that AUS final, it really came down to serving and passing. When speaking with Darren Russell yesterday, it's really where that game went away from them against Acadia.
And I'm sure they don't want to see the same thing happen again. So again, slow down, go back to that game plan, and rely on each other.
Light Uche Chukwu here on the serve. And St. Mary's will set up their attack. Big swing from the back there. As Manitoba continues to roll.
Bentley has been doing a great job at distributing the ball, and you can see St. Mary's blockers getting a little confused. Who's she going to set? She's done a great job at running that backcourt offense too.
Bentley, first in the nation in assists this season, a terrific junior year for her. As there's a good response from Amelia Makanovich, and St. Mary's getting back on the board here.
And that's it, just going right back to that game plan, picking on that deep cross corner all day. If you're getting those points, don't go away from your game plan until the other team picks up.
It ends a run of 5 straight points for Manitoba. Good serve there for the ace, Madison Hahn. Out of Conqueror Mills, Nova Scotia. Averaged about a service ace per game this season. As Bentley will set up Gray there, neutralized by St. Mary's. I go to the middle there, right into that block. And Gray tries to find the open floor. St. Mary's and Olivia Bell misfiring there. 14-10. Manitoba hitting at a .300 percentage right now. 4 kills on 10 total attacks. St. Mary's 6 kills, 4 errors on 16 attacks thus far, as they've kept it close with the #1 seed Manitoba Bisons. Pretty good crowd on hand for the opening day of the 2024 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championship. Rising up for that one, Simone Crevier in the middle. It's her 5th year with the team. Didn't play much last year after suffering what she called 2 season-ending injuries to both of her shoulder, a torn labrum and a dislocated shoulder. Really happy to be back on the floor this year. Oh, that's a big blast. It comes right back to Almonte. St. Mary's playing great defense here. Bentley gonna go back for Almonte. Oh, what a great diving dig there from Makanovich to neutralize that attack. Gray gets the hands, and Manitoba able to finish off that long rally, the longest of the match so far.
And you need to love St. Mary's attitude. Anytime they are losing a point or they're not able to keep that rally alive, they still have a smile on their face because they know what they have to do to fix it. And they're right there and they're battling in this game. It's just a matter of making those small tweaks, making those small adjustments.
Manitoba up 3 here. Gray kept up by St. Mary's. And a big swing there once again from Amelia Makanovich. And she, as mentioned, we spoke to her yesterday from Belarus. And she actually was helped, her teammate Elena Pietakova helped recruit her over to St. Mary's a couple of seasons ago. As a violation will give Manitoba the point here. 16-13. Olivia Bell the pass, and she'll get set up here, right into that block.
You know, that is a tough situation. It wasn't the setter that stepped in to pass that, it was the right side. So the set was a bit of a trap set for Bell, but in that situation, those are the ones that you do need to keep swinging high off the hands, right? If it's an out-of-system set, you can't rely on your hard cross-court swing, because with a block like Manitoba's, it's not going to get past it.
Another overpass here, and kept alive by the Bisons. That swing off the hands there from Hepner. Good block there from Elena Pietakova. St. Mary's continues to fight. Almonte. An attack from the middle there from Hahn, and neutralized by the Bisons. Kept alive, and like Uchechukwu didn't have any play on that ball. And Manitoba and SMU, the 1 versus 8. A real close first set here. Uchechukwu
Chukwu caught the middle blocker, or the middle defender, as we said, out of position. So that's the position you're going to want to be picking on. If you see a middle and 5, you're hammering there every single time.
Chukwu. Almonte will just roll that one over into the open floor. That's her 3rd point, and a 4-point advantage here for Manitoba.
And we've talked about Manitoba's offense. They're running it quickly, but they're also doing a really good job at mixing those shots up, picking on either corner, picking on the block and swiping off of it, but also with that tip, you saw that she caught the defender kind of on her heels, sitting back a little. She was expecting that hard-driven ball and throwing the tip. Let's make the defender dive, and then let's see how we can keep playing with them, because now we got to keep them guessing.
Ken Bentley, 38th season with Manitoba. And as we mentioned, 6 titles and 10 trips to the national championships. One of the best coaches we've ever seen in this country. Ball battle for at the net. And Uche Chukwu continues to roll here, the team captain. And everyone looks up to her on this team, and she is really being the main one to look for Manitoba and Katrina Bentley so far in this first set. Badowski on the serve, ranging back for that one. As Uche Chukwu pounds it home.
And right now, that's St. Mary's block. The middle needs to do a better job at getting over and closing that block. And you saw right when she landed and saw where that ball ended up. She looked a little disappointed in herself, because every hitter on Manitoba, you're going to need to respect them. And the middles are really, really going to need to work their hardest to get there and close that block.
Another timeout called by Darren Russell, as his team is trailing 21-16. And if you're in that St. Mary's huddle right now, what are you saying to your team?
Again, it's just go back to that game plan, right? Slow it down and play your game. Right now, they're kind of letting Manitoba take control of this one, and they're playing at their speed, and it's become quick. So how can we slow it down? Do we maybe need to tie our shoe for a second and catch our breath? Do we maybe need to take longer huddles and just look at each other and say, we're calm, how can we get it back? Make sure you get your serves in. Go back to your game plan. Swing for those deep corners. Use hands if you need to, and close those blocks, because if they keep leaving those gaps, Manitoba is going to have a field day.
Already 5 points for light Uche Chukwu, who's really stepping up in the place of Rhea Surinks, who we've seen on the bench to start this match. Badowski out of Winnipeg, playing for her home school, which is a common theme for these Bisons. Uche Chukwu once again. That's already kill number 5 for Uche Chukwu. As mentioned, already had 15 kills in that heat against UBC, where they captured the first ever Canada West Championship in program history in 5 sets. Uche Chukwu, Ella Gray, and Surinks all had 15 or more kills in that one. But how about that block?
And you can see right now Manitoba is finding their groove.
Took a little bit of time, but we're really seeing it on display right now, aren't we?
But you know, in situations where you're the #1 seed and you're going against the 8 seed, you almost have to expect that. You have to expect that. It sounds awful, but Manitoba is going to play a little complacent. Let's make St. Mary's work for it, and then we'll start to heat up a little bit. And we are seeing that towards the end of this first set.
So a set point for Manitoba here. At one point, St. Mary's had a 7-6 lead.
But that just goes to show you, volleyball is, like, it really doesn't matter where you're ranked. All that matters is who shows up and when they show up.
And that's how this first set will end. A huge kill there. And Manitoba will take it. We'll be back for second set action from the Burridge Gym on CBC after this.
Parce que le sport, c'est bien plus que des résultats.
C'est aussi des analyses et des dossiers qui nous plongent au cœur d'un univers complexe et en mutation.
C'est vraiment incroyable.
Suivez les actualités sportives sur radiocanada.ca et sur l'appli Info.
Mark Hees here, president of Canuck Stuff. And we've been standing behind our overkill clothing and supporting athletes for over 30 years. We're pumped to be part of this year's U Sports National Championships.
Parce que le sport, ça se regarde en direct. Soyez au cœur de l'action avec les web-diffusions en direct d'événements sportifs.
Immense. J'ai des frissons.
Welcome back inside the Burridge Gym. We apologize for any audio issues, but we have Mackenzie right beside us, and we'll go for a quick update. Mackenzie, what did head coach Ken Bentley have to say in that interview just about now?
All right, Matthew, I appreciate you giving me the time to give you the update here. A little bit of a technical difficulty there, but Ken just shared that he's really satisfied with how fast this attacking systems are working, and also on the defensive end. So all around, I think he's pretty content and looking to carry this momentum into the second.
Well, thanks so much, Matt. We hope for technical issues to be resolved in the next interview that we have. And Mackenzie will be a great part of our coverage throughout the weekend. Matthew Davison alongside Teresa Skubik for this opening match of the 2024 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championships on CBC Sports. 5 kills for Light Uchechukwu. She was a force in that first set for Manitoba.
She absolutely was, and like I said, you saw her heat up big time towards the end of the set. Not only because she was mixing up her shots, but the power behind her swing is so impressive, but it just goes to show you why Manitoba is on the national stage.
So we'll see how St. Mary's recovers here in this second set. Light Uchechukwu and hammered home by the middle. And a good start to this match for Eve Katojo. She sealed that first set. And in the middles have been a big part of Manitoba's success throughout the season. Their block game, second in the country in blocks per set. And Katojo is a big reason why. As the Huskies are able to find the open floor there on that little tip. And we're tied at 1 apiece here in this second.
Now, it obviously is still very early in the game, only the second set, but St. Mary's talked about being that emotional team and going down a set to the #1 ranked team in this tournament. You have to wonder how they're feeling right now and what that's going to look like on their confidence, but obviously it hasn't affected them too much. They're 1 point up right now and still playing with that little bit of gusto that they had in that first set.
St. Mary's team just so likable speaking with them yesterday. They're embracing that underdog mentality, as we mentioned, and they just want to go put everything out there on the floor, leave it all out there. These teammates are real close with one another, and you know, speaking with Olivia Bell yesterday, she said we can look back and 5 months from now and say we went out there, left it all out there with our favorite people in the world. We'll look at that as a success, no matter if we get the win or not.
Exactly, and that's the attitude that you love when you go into it, right? Let's just put everything out there on the court, win or lose. I just want to know that I did everything that I could.
Still no Rhea Surinks, the U Sports Player of the Year in this game. And Light Uchechukwu stepped up in her place. Is a point there for Manitoba. And already with 3 points in this game.
Now we have to give a moment of recognition to these liberos. The rallies are starting to pick up a little bit, and the digs that those girls have been making are becoming super impressive. The speed of the ball that they're picking up right now, I'm so excited to see where this game goes.
Big blast, and St. Mary's good start to the second set. For Elena Pietkova. As Simone Crevier will drop back to serve, and a service error for Manitoba, or for St. Mary's. Four service errors thus far for St. Mary's, just 2 for Manitoba. A challenge to silence those jitters early. And we're seeing Julia Arnold, the libero, as mentioned, with a good dig there for Manitoba. As that one's gonna go all the way up, avoids the basketball net. And an opportunity here for St. Mary's. Mikanovic found the net. Oh, what a dig there from Hoskins to keep it alive for St. Mary's. Incredible defense on display, and they get it back up again. Manitoba will set up their attack. Uchechukwu finishes off the long rally.
What an impressive rally, and like we said, we are definitely going to start seeing more of these rallies as the game goes on, but St. Mary's middle blocker, she needs to get there. Uchechukwu is a player that has already proven herself, very much so, so you don't want to let your setter go one-on-one blocking her.
Pietkova will, or Mikanovic will just have to send that one over, and able to find the open floor. Therefore, Manitoba, Andy Almonte. Speaking with her teammates yesterday, they said Almonte could pretty much play any position. Probably could play libero if she really had to. And that versatility is a big part of what Ken Bentley looks for when he's recruiting players. That one's just gonna float back over as it's a 5-4 game here in the second set. Right into that block, and Manitoba will pick up the point.
Man in the middle for St. Mary's right now is exactly where she needed to be on that block, but it's just that push. Your body obviously needs to be there, but when your hand's over the net, you need to make sure you're pushing, especially when you're blocking against a team as strong as Manitoba.
See Taylor Lougheed setting here for St. Mary's. As Ella Gray will serve for Manitoba with her team in front 7-4 here. And no one there. And get the second touch. It's the serving and passing getting St. Mary's in trouble here in this first match of the U Sports National Championship, as they captured, or AUS runner-ups this past year, St. Mary's were, and Manitoba just really showing why they're #1 in the country. Their blocking is on point, and they're playing incredible defense against St. Mary's. Just when you think they got the kill, they're getting the ball right back up.
Exactly, and the game is still super close. Obviously only 4 points, but this is the point of the game where St. Mary's, like I said, either needs to step up now or just roll over. And you can see the body language a little bit on St. Mary's starting to change. That look of defeat a little bit already happening, but they said yesterday they're an emotional team and they strive on that momentum. That's what they look for. So right now, who's going to step up and who's going to be that player that says, I'm going to start swinging, let's go, follow me. And we saw that in Bell in the first set. And hopefully we see that again, maybe in her, maybe in the middles, but right now they need a player that says, I want the ball and I'm gonna put it away, and that's how we're gonna change things.
Bell said they're a real emotional team, like you said, and I think you're right. Just have that one player step up and try and drag everyone back into the fight. It's real tough. One on the other side of the net is the Manitoba Bisons, the reigning Canada West player, or the Canada West champs, I should say. As Uche Chukwu with a huge blast and a great .1 at net for the St. Mary's Huskies. It's Taylor Lahi, the setter, rising up.
And that's the moment that St. Mary's needed. You don't just want to get a serve over. You don't just want to get a nice swing. You want something electric, something explosive that's going to bring that energy up on your team. And that dig from the libero, you saw her get hyped. You can see the offense is getting on their toes a little bit more.
Ken Bentley using a lot of his bench so far as we see some players enter the action, and 8-6 in front. SMU will pick up that point. 6 points thus far for Olivia Bell. And that serve would be an error there. A great attack there as the Huskies rallying out of that timeout. Megan Broom, second team All-Star this past season, bringing it back to a 2-point game here in the second set. Bell on the serve, and it was Brenna Badowski. 6'1" middle block out of Winnipeg. Someone who watches so much film. She says she'll watch 11 hours of film a week, scouting other teams' opponents. Her teammates think she's a bit crazy that she does that, but says she'll always have the helping hand in terms of helping her teammates, what to look out for. And
well, you know what? Call her crazy, but if it's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So if it's working for her, and clearly it is, they're in nationals, just allow her to do it.
Manitoba with an 11-7 lead here. Badowski on the serve. Gonna set up Bell again. We'll bring it back to a 3-point game here.
But you know what? Those are the risks that you want to see your hitters make. She's still swinging hard. She's still aiming for those deep corners. It goes wide so what? At least they're not taking their foot off the gas and they're not taking any power off their swing. They're still going for it. It's just not in.
Bentley will set up Almonte, ranging back, try and find that ball. There's one of the Huskies players, and she goes into the volleyball's in that back corner.
But leave it to Bell on the court to chase that ball until you can't chase it anymore. Team mom, if you will, putting everything she can on the line to make sure that she's showing her team she's doing everything that she can.
Great block once again by Hahn. And that one's finished off. A couple of points, 3 straight points rattled off here for St. Mary's. And another kill for Mikanovic. Uchechukwu with a pass. And a huge swing there from Ella Gray. Go for a 4-point advantage here for Manitoba. They still look to stretch their lead and put this second set away. Out, that's Manitoba block once again, neutralizing Amelia Makanovic, who is stopped.
Katoja is doing such a good job at getting exactly where she needs to be, throwing her hands up and just shutting St. Mary's down.
Too strong on that one from Megan Broom. So 6-point lead here for Manitoba. Megan Broom, senior right side, named a second-team All-Star this season. And a great serve for Katrina Bentley. An all-world setter, led the nation in assists per game this season. And a good response there. Amelia Makanovic, after being stuffed a couple of points ago, able to finish off that point.
Now right now, all St. Mary's is going to have to do is go on that run. A 6-point game is not a position that you want to be in the second set, especially when you're down 1.
Ella Gray off the block, and firing up her teammates is Elena Pietkova after that huge play. Pietkova and Bell combining there. Great diving play. Huskies can't get that one back over. 4th point of the day for Eve Katojo. So Chloe Ellerbrook, the junior middle block, serve here for the Manitoba Bisons. 17-11. Number 1 seed over the 8 seed. As Elena Pietkova with the answer. Gray on the pass, and Bentley goes back to the middle, but Dosky makes it an 18-12 advantage for Manitoba.
And right now the battle in this game is who's going to be first to 15 or first to 20. Which way is it going to go? You don't want to keep this score gap going, and St. Mary's just needs to respond, needs to go on that serving run.
And Darren Russell talked about when facing adversaries, setting those small goals like you mentioned, as Olivia Bell fires there. Setting those small goals and trying to just, you know, not focus on the big picture. Yeah, you're at risk of going 2 sets down, but maybe you are saying, you know, let's try and get to 20 points first and set those many goals. How important is that?
It's so important because volleyball is such a mental game. You don't always want to focus on the big picture. Of course, every team here, every athlete that plays any sport always wants to win. That's the end goal, of course. But with volleyball, the biggest takeaway is I need to focus on the here and I need to focus on the now. This point, then the next point, then the next point. And that's just how it has to work. Volleyball is so momentum driven. So right now, the conversation in St. Mary's, go back to that game plan. Slow it down 1 point at a time. You're emotional, ride those emotions, feel those emotions, but allow your emotions to turn into that positive energy that fires you up, opposed to that nervousness and that let's play with unsureness. And we haven't seen St. Mary's play with that lack of confidence, but if we continue to see this score gap happen, I think we will see St. Mary's shut down a little bit.
Another balanced attack for Manitoba. Light Uchechukwu really had much of the load in that first set. 6 kills so far in this one. Eve Katojo with 5 kills, 2 solo blocks, and Katrina Bentley, one of the best setters in the nation, 18 assists thus far. Manitoba hitting the ball exceptionally well. 20 kills on 47 in total attacks, just 3 errors, 362 hitting percentage. St. Mary's needs an answer here. 19-12 Manitoba in front after that timeout. And out of it, Andy Almonte makes it 20-12. Andy Almonte, as mentioned, really stepped up in those playoff games. 4 games where Surinks was out of the lineup. Uchechukwu with her 7th kill of the match. Uchechukwu 7 kills, just 1 error on 12 total attacks, 500 hitting percentage so far. Bell will send it back over. And once again, Brenna Badowski, whether it's Badowski or Katojo, Manitoba really excels in the middle, don't they?
Absolutely. Manitoba is not only in the middle, though, like they're doing such a good job everywhere right now, and you got to give it up to the setter. Bentley has done a great job at distributing those sets and switching up who she's setting to keep St. Mary's defense on their toes, and she established her middle early. She established her pin hitters. So now St. Mary's blockers don't really know which way to go, and that's kind of why the score is where it is right now.
I look great with the ace, and going back to Bentley for a moment, you know, Uchechukwu really marvels at her work ethic. Someone who really puts in the work each and every day. Called her, said she has an insane work ethic, and that's a role and a responsibility that Bentley takes in stride. She knows that as the setter, she has to put in that extra mile, as Olivia Bell with a good answer as St. Mary's continues to fight.
Well, what I think is so impressive is that Bentley is a first-year setter. That's insane. She set a Can West record with 983 assists this season that also led the nation in her first year. That is so impressive.
Uchechukwu into that block for St. Mary's. She'll try it again. This time she gets the hands. And another set point here for Manitoba.
And you can hear the fans starting to heat up behind us, and I think it's hilarious. I don't know if the fans watching from home have seen yet, but there's someone wearing a gold tux. I don't know if you can see it over there, but I have been watching it, and I think it is so funny. The pride that these fans have for these teams is just amazing.
Vibrant for sure, and once you pointed out, hard not to look at it, as Manitoba will make him very happy here. Oh, sorry. Another point here for the Huskies. So 1 match point fought off for St. Mary's. And yeah, a great crowd on hand for their first match of this U Sports National Championships. Right into that block again. And St. Mary's continues to fight. Amelia Makanovic there.
And that's what's super nice to see. A lot of teams at this point would just go 1 point until the game's over. Let's just finish it. St. Mary's is still swinging, still blocking. Bell is still putting that speed on her serve, and it's super impressive to see. Obviously, the set just ended. Not in favor of St. Mary's, but fantastic, fantastic work ethic, and we're going to continue to see that into the next set.
Uche Chukwu finishes off the set with her 10th kill of this game. That is a game high for her. The team captain is really leading the way thus far without Rhea Sturings in the opening match of this U Sports Volleyball Championships from Hamilton on CBC Sports. We'll be back for a third set here from the Burridge Gym from McMaster University.
Mark Hees here, president of Canuck Stuff. And we've been standing behind our Overkill clothing and supporting athletes for over 30 years. And we're pumped to be part of this year's U Sports National Championships.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
Parce que le sport, c'est aussi des parcours inspirants. Un regard unique sur l'humain derrière l'athlète.
Exploiter mon potentiel maximum, c'est un truc de fou.
Découvrez les récits numériques et vidéos de Podium sur radiocanada.ca et sur l'appli Info. Parce que le sport, ça se regarde en direct. Soyez au cœur de l'action avec les web-diffusions en direct d'événements sportifs.
Immense. J'ai des frissons.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live.
Coach, it's been a competitive first two sets, maybe more so than the score would suggest. What are you liking from your team so far that you need to see more of in order to close this third one out?
Well, for us, we got to just be more consistent. Manitoba is an amazing team. They're the number one seed. If we can go out and play our style of game, have that first contact, then anything can happen. So.
And I appreciate you taking the time. Thanks so much. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Guys?
Thank you so much, Mackenzie. And great of Darren Russell to take some time to take us through his thought process right now, and a real calm leader out there for St. Mary's, and exactly what you need if you want to rally and win this 1 and 5.
But you need to love his attitude. It's not done. There's still so much game left, and that's the thing. We've talked about volleyball being so mental, and obviously if you are down 2 sets, it is a bit discouraging. It's not going in your direction, but I love that St. Mary's still has that fight, still that pursuit, and they're not rolling over. If this game has to go to 5, so be it. And I hope that's the outcome that we see, honestly.
St. Mary's has done a good job of having the right mindset, coming in as the 8th seed. They're embracing that underdog mentality, and, I'm sure right now they're thinking, how amazing would this be if we prove everyone wrong and we come back and win in 5?
Exactly. It's that underdog mentality.
And no matter the result today, a really impressive season for St. Mary's, AUS runner-up. Still looking for that first U Sports national title. But surely it will come. A great diving play there from the Huskies, and Manitoba will level things up at 1. Taylor Lougheed was all over the floor there trying to keep that ball alive for St. Mary's. Eve Katojo big blast there. It's a good start for St. Mary's here in the second set. As that is Megan Broom out of Hubley, Nova Scotia. Her third point of this game. Uchechukwu from the back. What a job by Bentley. And then Uchechukwu to finish that point off from the back.
It just shows you how skilled of a player Bentley is to be able to make a running out-of-system set and it still be a perfect C-ball. It is so impressive.
Uchechukwu told us yesterday she does some things that she's never seen before. Talking about Bentley, just, you know, ranging back to whether it is, you know, that perfect set at net or, you know, ranging all the way back in the court for the bump set. She's just an incredible athlete and puts in the work each and every day.
Absolutely, and you talked about utility players, and we're seeing how all of the girls on Manitoba are absolutely utility players. Throw them where you need to throw them, set them where you need to set them, and they're getting the job done.
That block for Manitoba coming up big again. Awkward first touch, but able to paint the line there was Amelia McConovich. McConovich and Pietakova, both Belarusian athletes, and joined the team last year. Thought they'd come over in September, but some travel issues and, you know, certain other issues kept them out until December and weren't really integrated until Christmas, and this is their first full season, I should say, and I mean, such a big part of all the success St. Mary's has had this season.
And it was really nice to hear those athletes from Belarus yesterday talk about the fact that this team is like a family to them and how the coach has stepped up and almost been like a father figure to them and has helped them and been there for them when there have been injuries, when there have been those stressful, anxious nights. The coach has been there for them and has been able to help them through that, and that's exactly what you like to see on a team.
And Darren Russell talked about having to change his approach a little bit. He's been with St. Mary's for 13 years, but it's a new age of athletes, and he's definitely changed his philosophy a little bit to change and be adaptable. And says they used to be in the gym, you know, 5-6 days a week, but now he realizes that has to be more of a balanced approach. These are student athletes, and you know, you want to make it a fun atmosphere, and they kind of dialed back the intensity a little bit, and they've seen the success. It's certainly paid off.
Exactly, and that's what's so important. You want to bend, but you don't want to break. So how hard can we push them to the point where they're being treated almost like a professional athlete, but we're also still respecting them as people. We still let them have a social life. They need to focus on school. There are other things that are important, and how do we find ways to manage that? And I really liked that Russell said that yesterday.
Bentley will go back for Uchechukwu, and another big block here for St. Mary's, and it's Madison Hand. Seven to 5 SMU in this third set. Cannot be easy. First of all, being the 8th seed and then losing the first 2 sets, and the way they're rallying in this third, really impressive to see. But how about the middles for Manitoba and Brenna Badowski out of Winnipeg, firing it home. That's her 5th point of this game.
The fact that Bentley just made a middle set on her knees is just so impressive, but I'm fangirling over her a little bit, but she has just shown why she is that #1 player right now, and it's insane to watch.
Fangirling as you should. She is super to watch. Bentley will go back to the middle here. Ranging back to set up Uchechukwu this time. Here's Olivia Bell. Uchechukwu the pass, back into the middle. Katojo was blocked. Uchechukwu again, off the block, and it's another one. from Madison Hand. And SMU punching back in this third set.
And you can see Uchichuko's reaction right now. She has that, like, set me again, I'm ready to go, and I love it. I love that this game is turning competitive and kind of into like a 1v1 battle.
Uchichuko, the ultimate competitor out there. And leading by example so far in this match. Here's Bell.
That's a great shot. Katojo saying she didn't touch it, but I don't think she knows it landed right in that corner.
So a 3-point lead here for SMU, and the first time out for Ken Bentley will be called in this third. 9-6, SMU in front.
And if that doesn't tell you something about this game, the fact that a team that is up 2-0 right now is calling their first time out in the third set. St. Mary's has done a fabulous job this set of flipping the switch. We're not done yet, we're still here. Let's make them prove themselves.
And we talked about, a player stepping up for SMU and how, one player or a couple of players can help just bring the entire team back into the fight. And it's really been the middle stepping up in this third set, and especially Madison Hahn, who's had a couple of big blocks here to contribute to this 3-point advantage.
Exactly, and it's all about that momentum. Hahn makes those blocks, they have those big celebrations. Now it's up to the rest of the team to respond, and that's exactly what we're seeing from St. Mary's. The pin hitters need to get going. They need to get fired up now too, because we need to see that competitive pursuit from everyone on the floor.
An interesting approach here from Ken Bentley in this opening match. No Reyes Syrinx, and another postseason game, this time a championship round game, without their leader and the U Sports Player of the Year. As they can't recover from that great serve. Chloe Ellerbrook, or apologies, Taylor Lockheed, a substitute setter, was a good server in the regular season in the AUS playoffs, and she'll look to do it again here at the line. Bentley, Uchechukwu, sent right back by SMU. How about Bentley? Rising up for the dump.
And that's what you love to see. We haven't seen her dump yet, but she waited for that perfect moment. When's the defense not really paying attention to me? Let's keep them honest, and that's what she's starting to do. So now the defense not only has to worry about the pin hitters, the middle hitters, the pipe ball, but shoot, we have a setter that's gonna dump too.
She can really do it all. As Uchechukwu found the floor there. SMU thought it was going long, but instead Uchechukwu has her 13th point of this match. SMU does not want to see this lead evaporate in this third set. An attack from the back, and a joust will end up on the Manitoba side. That one right into the block, but it'll end up Ella Gray with the kill, as we'll pick up point number 6. And Manitoba inches closer to knotting things up at 10.
You know, for teams that are on total opposite sides of the rankings in this tournament, the score just shows how close in skill every single team in this tournament really are.
It's been Manitoba really getting their big lead later in the sets. SMU has done a good job of keeping it close in the early going. Good rally developing here between these two sides. Bell. Oh, and a great diving play. Uchechukwu, that was incredible. Keeping it alive for Manitoba, but Olivia Bell answers the call again, ending that long rally.
What an amazing, amazing defensive performance for Manitoba, but Bell was picking on that #1 defender. She saw that she wasn't staying home, and she said, you guys can dig my team all you want, but I'm gonna pick on your defense a little. What an amazing way to end a rally.
Bell has to dive for that pass there, and an opportunity here for St. Mary's. Great blast there. That came from Han. And another free ball here for SMU. Right off that block, and it's going to end up St. Mary's point on the net touch.
Bentley getting a little frustrated right now with the ground ref, wondering who touched that ball, because I guess it wasn't her, but that's not the way you're gonna wanna go at it with the down ref, that's for sure.
12-9. The service error will end the run of points here for Manitoba. For SMU, I should say. Bentley, it drops over the net. She'll take it. Ella Gray was there for the block, but will go out of play. Amelia Makanovic, first team All-Star this year. Makanovic has 9 points thus far. There's Gray.
Gray goes from getting schooled on a block to absolutely crushing it down the line, and that's the mentality, that's the attitude you want to see from a #1 ranked team.
Katojo now, as Manitoba looks to knot things up. An attack from the middle, neutralized, and the point will end up going to Manitoba. And we are tied at 13 all here in this third. Katojo on that serve. And a big blast from Makanovic. She is a real see-ball, hit-ball kind of player, both in her, mentality, not trying to make not oversimplify things, but at the end of the day, she says, we're out there to play volleyball.
Exactly, and that was what was really fun. It was, I don't overthink. I don't get myself worked up. I just go out there and I play. It's a game. And that's what I think a lot of athletes have a hard time remembering. When it does get super close like this, 13-14 in the third set, it's just a game. We're out here to have fun.
And rising up there to end off a great point for the Manitoba Bison, Simone Trevier. A diving play there made by Kokanen. And a point for the Huskies. That serve drops in. And it's a 17-13 lead here for SMU in this third set. They do not want their chance at a medal to end quite yet, as another timeout is called by Ken Bentley and the Manitoba Bisons.
Yeah, this game has been super close, and I think right now they are matching the biggest lead that St. Mary's has had in this game. But, we talked about the fans and we talked about the crowd, but what I do really want to talk about is what Belle said yesterday, and I think it's super important to mention how it's one of the biggest stages that a lot of these athletes will ever play on, but just getting the opportunity to inspire and motivate young girls that are watching. A couple girls yesterday had said that they have young fans coming to the games with the same hairstyle they see them wearing, or they'll say, hey, we have the same name, or show up wearing their jerseys, and it's so amazing to see these girls on the national court right now They're inspiring. Many fans in the crowd, many fans tuning in, and it's just so amazing to watch and be a part of.
100%. Belle said, you know, she's a competitor at heart. Of course she wants to win, but her ultimate goal is to grow the game and inspire others, and she's doing just that.
Exactly, and that's what's so important about this game. Obviously, it's hard to leave behind when you hit that year 4, year 5. It's what is my identity and who am I? But Belle said she wants to leave behind that legacy. She wants to inspire, and that's what we're seeing from all of these women on the court today.
Bentley goes back to the middle. Badowski neutralized by SMU. And a free ball here for Manitoba. See ball and a big blast by Gray. Kept alive. And a great job on that one from Broom. Right back into the block. And Elena Pitakova makes it a 5-point lead here for SMU in the third.
Pitakova is not making it easy for Gray, but right now you have to wonder how Gray's going to respond to that. We saw how she responded a couple points ago, so let's see what she does this time.
Broom on the serve. An attack set up for Olivia Bell, and just too much power on that one. That ends a run of 5 straight points for the Bisons, or for St. Mary's, I should say. Here's Light Uchechukwu picking her spot.
She is such a phenomenal hitter. She does such a good job of just keeping that ball in front of her. And anytime, it's so last minute. You don't know where she's going to swing because her shoulders are going one way, but last minute her arm goes the other. And she is just such an impressive player to watch, and the power behind that swing, it's really making St. Mary's work.
That one blocked by Badowski. And a huge scream there as the team comes together. Badowski trying to motivate her team, and a timeout will be called by Darren Russell, as after the timeout from Bentley, the Manitoba Bisons have won 3 of the last 4 points and cut this to a 2-point lead here for SMU.
But you need to wonder if right now was a good time for Russell to call that timeout. So obviously the momentum is going in the direction of Manitoba right now, but am I killing St. Mary's momentum a little bit by calling that timeout? Do I let the girls kind of work to it? It obviously is a 2-point game, and you don't want Manitoba to get much closer, but am I killing the momentum by calling this timeout, or am I helping? And that's always the question that coaches are asking. When is the right time to call that timeout? You don't want to do it too soon, you don't want to do it too late, and you don't just want to call a timeout to call a timeout. Right. So you have to wonder what the conversation in that huddle is right now, and what the mindset on the court for St. Mary's is going back into this one.
St. Mary's had a 18-13 lead, but 3 consecutive points from Manitoba. So as you mentioned, Teresa, we'll see how Manitoba, or St. Mary's might respond after this timeout from Russell. And how about that? Ella Gray with the ace, and can also sometimes use a timeout to try and ice the server.
Exactly.
But we're not seeing any signs of that for Ella Gray.
No.
She's played in these big moments before. Stepped up huge in that matchup against UBC. Ranging back, Uchechukwu. Gray gets it back in play. Incredible from Manitoba. A big blast there from Makanovich. Neutralized. She'll go again. And a great play to keep that one alive by Hoskins, the libero for SMU. Another good attack, or a block there for St. Mary's. Rising up, Makanovich. No one was there to get that ball.
No, and the coverage that we're seeing right now from the defense, when they talked about family and they talked about relying on each other, that's exactly what they're talking about. Anybody's getting set, and you have 5 other girls standing around them, waiting to pick up that ball if it comes back.
43 digs so far in this match. Make it 44 for Manitoba and 40 for St. Mary's.
And those stats just show you how close this game really is.
Here's Bell having to adjust to that one, and St. Mary's.
A little bit of a trap set in that situation, and it looked like Bell still tried to use the hands, but in that situation, all you can really do is just wipe that block, but Bell didn't get that lucky.
Into the net there for Manitoba. And subbing in will be Paige Deering. Serving sub for St. Mary's. And it will a bit too much under it. And we are tied at 20 in the third. Manitoba winning 7 out of the last 10 points here. Cutting into that St. Mary's lead. But SMU continues to fight. They want to win this third set.
And I know I've said this a couple times, but I love that regardless of the score, neither team has taken their foot off the gas at any point. Every single swing has been that max power, that max speed, and it's so great to see.
Bentley having to adjust there, and it's a perfect ball for Manitoba to just fire that one home. And another kill there for Eve Katojo. Service error for Uche Chukwu. SMU within 3 points of winning this third set and pushing us to a fourth here in the opening match of the 2024 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championships. Bell finds the line and a service ace for Bell.
You know, Manitoba doesn't look too happy about it, but from up here, I don't know about you, it did look in. And, you know, even in those situations when you have a game this close, and from Manitoba's perspective, they just want to put the bow on it. They just want to finish it. You don't want to watch those balls. The ones that maybe could be in, maybe could be out, those are the ones you're going for at this point in the game.
SMU within 2 points here, and another good serve for Bell. And it's a set point here for the Huskies. Ella Gray on the reception. Couldn't do anything with it. And St. Mary's with a chance to push us to a fourth set here. Bentley ranging back. She'll set up Gray, who makes no mistake. One set point fought off by the Bisons. An attack from Bell from the back. Here's Gray now, off that block. Great job there from Makanovich. Gray, and Makanovich was there, but another set point fought off by Manitoba. And a timeout called here by Darren Russell.
And he talked about last time out, Russell trying to ice that serve, and that's exactly what's going on right now. All Russell can do and really tell his team is just go out there and get it done.
Just get 1 point.
Exactly, just 1 point.
Let's take another look at that last point there, and we take a look at Ken Bentley talking to his group, and how about this? Gray going against McMaster. It's been a fun matchup to watch.
No, exactly. McMaster was in the right spot, and we talked about the block, and I don't think many people, if you haven't played volleyball, know how much is going through your head as a blocker. Your body needs to be there. Your hands need to be over the net. You need to be pushing. Are my hands turned the right way? Is it going with the exact same amount of pressure as the hitter? And there's just so many things that you're thinking of. The blockers are doing such a good job at getting to where they need to be. But it's just that push, just that final push, and the outcome could have been a bit different. But let's see right now how St. Mary's responds.
Katrina Bentley, the junior setter, serving here, down a set point. SMU looking to push it to a fourth, and a set that went over to the Manitoba side. And we are tied at 24. St. Mary's going with Taylor Lougheed as their starting setter today. No Olivia Kokanen for much of this match. And it's 3 set points fought off by Manitoba. Uchechukwu ranging back to keep it alive by Arnold, and Uchechukwu, you know, I wouldn't put it past her. Pretty impossible to get that one ball back, but we've seen it all match long. Manitoba able to get that impossible ball back in play, but here is another set point for SMU. Can they take advantage? On the serve, Uchechukwu the pass. Bentley will go over to D'Souza, and a big blast finished off. It's Makanovich, and SMU is going to push us to a 4th set here from the Burridge Gym.
What a battle from St. Mary's, and you saw Manitoba take a second, talk, and I think this 4th set is going to be just as close. Look at that kill. So impressive. I'm so excited to see so much more in the next set.
SMU, who everyone counted out in this match, the ultimate underdog, taking on the #1 seed Manitoba Bisons, pushing us to a 4th set. You're watching live coverage of the 2024 Women's Volleyball National Championships from Hamilton.
Mark Heese here, president of Canuck Stuff, and we've been standing behind our Overkill clothing and supporting athletes for over 30 years. We're pumped to be part of this year's U Sports National Championships.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
Parce que le sport, c'est aussi des parcours inspirants. Un regard unique sur l'humain derrière l'athlète.
Exploiter mon potentiel au maximum, c'est un truc de fou.
Découvrez les récits numériques et vidéos de Podium sur radiocanada.ca et sur l'appli Info. Parce que le sport, ça se regarde en direct. Soyez au cœur de l'action avec les web-diffusions en direct d'événements sportifs.
Immense. J'ai des frissons.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live.
Welcome back to the Burridge Gym on the campus of McMaster University. It's quarterfinal day, and we're heading to a 4th set between the #1 seeded Manitoba Bisons and the #8 seed St. Mary's Huskies. Matthew Davison alongside Teresa Skubik, and St. Mary's not only are they Huskies and dogs in terms of their mascot, they're also underdogs, right?
Exactly.
And they're pushing us to a fourth set after a really impressive third.
And what was nice to see going into this fourth set was the starting lineup on St. Mary's just had a huddle, just a moment for themselves to just talk about what should we look for, or what should we do going into this set. And it's let's calm down and let's go into it. And it was really nice to see and nice to watch because, again, being down a set now in their situation, it's really easy for those nerves to creep in, that anxiety, that unsureness, but St. Mary's has done a really good job this game of controlling those emotions. And on the other side, Manitoba, we saw another close set last set, and for Manitoba to keep those nerves down too, a bit of that swagger, like we know that we have it, that silent confidence, and we're getting it from both teams.
And Manitoba playing without Rhea Surinks today. And Badowski has really picked up the slack in the middle in Surinks' absence. Left side for Manitoba. Surinks, U Sports Player of the Year, named a couple of nights ago. Maybe a bit of load management for Ken Bentley here in this first match against SMU. Madison Hahn misfiring there. Ella Gray, originally from Surrey, BC. Tuning a little bit with Almonte. Broom. Gray with the pass, and Badowski. Great job to keep that one alive by Hoskins with the dig for SMU. Huzuchi Chukwu. Gray got that one too, but it's finished off by Brenna Badowski.
It's the early points in the set where you really want to try and slow down the other team's offense. And right now, Manitoba is finding those gaps in the block and really taking advantage of them.
Bentley. Go to D'Souza, who makes no mistake. And talking with St. Mary's yesterday, they talked about slowing down the game and how, you know, these teams from out west play faster. They can play an up-tempo kind of match. So what exactly does that look like? What does a slower pace of play look like?
It's really set dependent, right? So you're setting those higher balls or just what your passes look like. So if your libero is passing a ball, is it going on at a faster trajectory to the setter, or is there a bit more of a loop on it? Are you giving your setter a bit more time to get there and a bit more time to think about where she should go, who she should set? But Manitoba, like we said, is running that really fast offense. Once it's in the setter's hands, it's almost instantly in the hitter's hand. And I think St. Mary's is still having a bit of a tricky time adapting to that, because I'm not saying it's slow volleyball, but it is slower than what Manitoba is showing.
Another timeout from Darren Russell. As St. Mary's Huskies have seen 4 straight points rattled off by the Canada West champs, Manitoba Bisons, #1 seed this year. Darren Russell in his 13th year, won Coach of the Year back in 2011, 2012, also 2 years ago in the 2022 season. He also teaches full-time, so a lot on his plate at St. Mary's University. He looks to rally his squad here, down 0-4 in this fourth set. Uche Chukwu. Neutralized by SMU. And how about that? Manitoba really playing it on here. Ella Gray with another kill, and it's a 5-0 lead.
And Hoskins, the libero for St. Mary's, has been burnt a couple times. You can see her in position 5 and the player in position 6 aren't doing a very good job at overlapping each other on defense. They're stopping and playing side by side opposed to kind of continuing and following through, and we're seeing them get burnt a lot in that corner because that movement's not happening.
So 5-1 here. Madison Hahn, a good serve. Bentley goes for Badowski. Great job to keep that one up by Lougheed, the setter for SMU. And she tried to do it again.
And I love that little smile back at the bench. She got it the first time, the second time, not so lucky. But look, coach, I can pass. It was hilarious.
(6-2) here. Manitoba looking to make quick work of SMU in this fourth. Manitoba, dump attempted there by Bentley. This time she'll go for Uchechukwu. Great diving play there made by Hoskins. And it's Amelia Markonovich with another kill for St. Mary's. Markonovich with 12 kills, one more than Olivia Bell thus far. Manitoba, of course, has maybe the best coach of all time beyond their bench, Ken Bentley, but also have one of the great players in Manitoba sports history, Michelle Swatsky-Coop, on their coaching staff. Former Olympian back in Atlanta for Team Canada. It's a long rally developing here. And once again, it is Amelia Markonovich. Going back to Michelle Swatsky-Scoop, three-time national player, or two-time national player of the year, three-time national champion. And great mentor for Katrina Bentley to look up to on that Manitoba side. Uchechukwu makes no mistake. Manitoba has a 8-4 lead here in the fourth.
You know, Manitoba is really having a day picking on that corner, and you can see Hoskins starting to get a little irritated, right? Because she's in the right spot. It's just a matter of maybe taking one more step or maybe throwing her hands up last minute. She's really hoping that those balls are going out. She's playing a bit of dodgeball back there, but she's done a fabulous job at picking up those hard-driven balls. Now it's the ones that aren't hit directly to her.
Light Uchechukwu. (13 kills, 2 aces. Another strong serve here. Dumping that one over was Lawfield, and SMU will end up with the point here. Olivia Bell, Arnold the Dake, an attack from the back, blocked, and SMU back-to-back points here. Bentley for Gray. Pounds it home.
Gray continuing to find very creative ways to hit around that block. She's done a great job at finding those gaps or those little pockets that she can get the ball through, and she's just really showing how strong of an offensive player she is.
Great job there by Lougheed, dumping that one over as SMU keeping it close in this fourth. Madison Hahn And SMU's within 2. One goes off the block. And a chance for Broom, who makes no mistake, drawing the contact. There is Katojo, just when her team needed it, stepping up. Point for Manitoba, and Katojo has 9 points.
You know, and you've seen Manitoba make a couple more substitutions this game. We saw Benson step into the game a couple points ago, and he's really trying to just throw players in. Like we talked about those utility players, but Benson actually is a libero, so let's put all of our best passers out there right now. Let's try to climb the ladder and get a bit of a point run going.
Having to adjust to that ball there was Badowski, and St. Mary's with another point, 11-10 now in this fourth. Olivia Bell, too much under that one. SMU looking to pull off a massive upset. Pushing it to a fourth set here, and looking to push it to 5. As Badowski rising up for another ball.
And it's crazy to watch Manitoba's celebrations. A lot of other teams, when they get a stuff block like that, would be going crazy, but Manitoba has that like composed, like, yeah, we blocked you, you know, and it's so interesting to watch. Where St. Mary's, when they've made that block, it's electric, it's excited, and it's interesting to see how different teams celebrate different points, but that shows that different level of emotions and how we deal with things.
Right. As Manitoba is starting to stretch their lead a little bit. 4 straight points after SMU went on a little bit of a run. It's the Canada West champs reeling it back in. It'll be a free ball here for Manitoba. Bentley goes back to the middle, Badowski. And now Uche Chukwu. Uche Chukwu, the captain of the Manitoba Bisons. From Winnipeg, parents came over from Lagos, Nigeria when she was a little girl. Since parents sacrificed everything for her, and big reason why she plays with such a fierce competitiveness, as it's 6 consecutive points for the Canada West champs in this fourth set. And a timeout will be called here by Darren Russell.
Reminder, fans that do not have a weekend pass are required to exit the gym.
They're the champs for a reason, #1 seed for a reason. Manitoba start to inch away in this fourth.
They definitely are starting to inch away, but again, the conversation this whole game has been 8-1. It doesn't really matter. We've seen how close it can be, and we've seen we've seen St. Mary's go down like this and inch their way back into the game. So, you know, a lot of the narrative around these last couple sets has been, how is St. Mary's going to respond? And every single timeout they've come back from, coming down from a two-set deficit, St. Mary's has always found a way to respond. But the problem is, at this point in the game, there's not much time left. So it's either now or it's never, really. And if you continue to allow Manitoba to go on this run and extend it by more than 6 points, it's going to be a lot harder for St. Mary's to play catch-up.
Yeah, this is Manitoba Bison's team without Reyes Zurich, but we talked with the coach and the team yesterday. Without their best player in the lineup doesn't mean they don't have the weaponry. Like Uche Chukwu has really picked up the slack. 14 kills, 6 errors on 32 total attacks, 250 hitting percentage.
But that just shows you how skilled of a coaching staff Manitoba really has, to know that they have those utility players. Let's train every single player to be able to step up, not only on a starting lineup, but on a starting lineup on a Nationals court is so impressive. And to not have your big gun out there, but still be making an impression like this on offense is, it's so amazing to watch. And as I said that, a kill like that, it's her 17th. Was an absolute cannon.
She wants this bad. You can just see it in her eyes.
But is so composed at the same time.
Manitoba hasn't won a national title since 2014. Last year was their first trip back to nationals since 2014. As SMU and Megan Broom saying, we don't want this to end just yet.
I like it. I love the responses that we've been getting from both teams. Those little runs and then, not yet. It's made this game so exciting to watch.
And no matter the result, Huskies have shown a lot in this match,
Absolutely.
for sure. But it's really been, you know, the sets will start off close, and then Manitoba, they just have the winner mindset.
Absolutely. Manitoba just has that grit. St. Mary's is a phenomenal volleyball team, but right now there's those little points that they lose it and they take their foot off for a second, and then it makes it harder for them to play catch up. We can see that they can do it, but if St. Mary's did a better job at the start of the set of just maintaining that lead, keeping that consistency, and just apply the pressure, don't get comfortable, don't get complacent, I think this game would look a lot different. But Manitoba is just a team that has been there, that knows how to do that and is composed.
How about that swing? Will go out of play, but Bentley says, look at the next one. Keeping her team engaged as SMU within 5 here, 18-13 in the fourth. And Bentley will set up Uche Chukwu. Once again, she is hard to stop, impossible to stop.
And again, Hoskins was in that situation where it wasn't a hard-driven ball right to her. It was a reaching one. So opposed to reaching my arms, you saw in that replay, she needs to take that step. She needs to read it a bit quicker and be around the ball opposed to trying to reach and make that more difficult dig.
Kanovich attacking her, and Manitoba within 5 points of booking their ticket to the semis. Simone Trevier off on that swing. And Brenna Podolsky, third-year art student, here to serve. Another big swing there from Mikjanovic. Here comes Uche Chukwu. And the Manitoba bench is dancing.
You know, talk about putting the team on your back.
Yes.
She has been not only carrying in this set, but in the game. She has just been a lights-out player. Offensively, defensively, attitude-wise, there hasn't been a moment where she's looked phased. She is dialed, and she is showing that she is dialed and she wants this.
Manitoba within 3 points now. Bentley will set up the back, and SMU set up a great opportunity here for Manitoba. Great diving play by Hoskins. Bentley, Uchechukwu! She cannot be stopped. Manitoba within a couple of points now. Service ace, and Manitoba has a game point.
You know, and you need to give it to St. Mary's in this situation. The fact that they still have that smile on their face, that they're looking at each other saying, come on, let's go, one pass. It's great to watch.
Here comes Uchechukwu. Battle up the net, and SMU will extend this one for now. Bentley for Uchechukwu, and it's sent back by SMU. Here's Uchechukwu again. And St. Mary's able to recover. Uchechukwu a third time, it's blocked!
St. Mary's reading her like a book right now, but I feel like she might respond quite aggressively.
100%, we've seen it throughout this game.
All I would say is I would hate to be on the receiving end of that.
Here she comes, Uchechukwu finishes off. A 4-set win here for Manitoba as they punch their ticket to the semifinals. What a match from Light Uchechukwu.
She had a phenomenal game, ending with 21 kills, and just looking at her right now, still so composed. Manitoba, when they won, all ran onto the floor and celebrated, and St. Mary's took a moment, talked to each other in the huddle, and, you know, as much as it didn't go their way, it was a fabulous game for St. Mary's, too.
We'll be back from Hamilton just after this on CBC Sports.
Mark Hughes here, president of Canuck Stuff, and this is a short video. Overkill Short. Get yours today at overkill.ca.
Welcome back to the Burridge Gym. Matthew Davison alongside Teresa Skubik. And Teresa, a 4-set win for the Manitoba Bisons over the St. Mary's Huskies. What stands out in that win?
Honestly, the competitiveness. The fact that at one point, not one team, not one player decided to lay off a little bit. Every single time they got set, they would swing their hardest. They would put their body on the floor and try to make that dig, and the setters on both ends were just really showing that grit and why they deserve to be in nationals.
And how about Olivia Bell picking up player of the game for the Huskies, and someone whose legacy that she's leaving is really important to her, and she certainly has inspired a lot of young athletes. As we were talking to her yesterday, she comes from a small town, Le Havre Islands, Nova Scotia, didn't have a lot of volleyball players in her community, but she is certainly inspired. But how about Light Uchechukwu, who is also an inspiration? She's talked about how she hasn't seen, you know, a ton of players who look like her. a ton of black Canadians picking up the sport and playing the game, and it's a huge moment for her to also be an inspiration for a lot of young black athletes and athletes in general, because watching her play is inspiring to me, and I'm not even playing the sport.
Absolutely, and there's a reason that both of those females got player of the game today. They both gave 100% in this match, and at the start of the game we said, we think it might be a bit of a wipeout for Manitoba, obviously coming in as #1, but St. Mary's, ranked 8th, showed why they belong in this tournament, and the grit from both sides. It's amazing to watch, and St. Mary's walking away from this, obviously not the outcome they wanted, but they should be super, super happy with their level of play today.
So Manitoba will move on to the semifinals. They're guaranteed to be playing for a medal on Sunday, while SMU, a great season, doesn't necessarily come to an end here. They still got the consolation games to play, but a great season for the Huskies, finishing as the runner-ups in the AUS, and certainly a lot to look forward to next season.
Absolutely.
Well, this was a lot of fun for the opening match of the 2024 Women's Volleyball National Championships, presented by McMaster on CBC Sports. Stay tuned for the second matchup coming up next. Stay tuned from Hamilton.